So welcome to the 2015 Coding Certification Review Blitz. Because we are going to be cramming in a lot in 2 days, that's where the name came from, the Blitz, because if you've ever gotten Blitz, you know how exhausted you are after doing a 2-day workshop. My entire CPT manual is going to be available for you to watch as a video, and you'll be able to, let me show you a section here, I'll go right to integumentary. And so these aren't the videos of this, it's just the videos of my book scrolling, okay? So for copyright purposes, obviously I can't just hand out copies of my CPT manual, but you can do this and you can use the scrubber thing and move it forward. And then you can stop, oh, okay, I want to copy that note and see how she wrote this. So that way, if you want to see every single page of my manual, you can now. And then you'll see here, it'll say 2015 Blitz videos. It's going to be laid out just like this. You're going to have all the nice little segments that you can jump into and watch as often as you want. There's no limits, and you're going to have a year to access this information. And it is a subscription for a year, so if there's new things that we add, you'll get them as well. So we used to do versions, 2014, 2015, and you have to pay for the upgrade. We don't do that anymore. It's just a year subscription. And if you want to continue the subscription, you can do that for $12.95 a month until you don't need it anymore. Also, what's included is you've got this practice exam here, which we recommend that you do after you go through all the videos, and do it in a timed fashion. So when you get ready to do it, give yourself 2 hours, print out the exam booklet and the answer grid, and I'm going to show that in a minute, and then take it like a real practice exam. It's 60 questions. We do have this bonus area as well. Hopefully you got to look at the bubbling and highlighting video. I'll be reviewing that again in this morning's session, but that's nice to have to go back and review. It's actually a very simple technique, but it's really become the hallmark of how we teach. If I've worked with people that needed to do I call it a retake strategy call, like they didn't know about my videos and they're going to do take number 2, and I said, okay, let's have a game plan. So we'll normally have a phone call, and I'll say the 3 main steps for passing is, number 1, you have to have had a course. The review videos are just, this is a review. You're supposed to have a base knowledge of coding before you're coming to this. So it's not a course replacement. It's, it enhances it. So that's step 1, have some sort of course or real world experience that equals that. Like either you worked at a multi-specialty surgery center or something where you don't necessarily have to go back to basics. Then step 2 is doing a review like this and marking up your book so that you're kind of prepared for the exam. And you've got that high level guideline understanding. And then step 3, and this is probably the most important that a lot of people skimp on, is timed practice exams. So when I talk with people, I said, oh, I did a few practice exams. I said, how did you do it? Did you time yourself? No, I just wanted to see that I could get the answer right. I said, well, then that's not really, you are checking that you know content, but that's what you use textbooks for. The practice exams, use them as in a timed fashion, because then you're going to learn how to do process elimination, how to move quicker, and you get that almost pressured feeling, and you have to practice that. So don't skimp on doing practice exams. You get 1 with the Blitz. What they're really testing you on is your ability to read and interpret guidelines as they're presented in the manuals. So if you have a coding situation where it'd be very easy to look it up in the index, confirm it in the main part of the book, and be done with it, that's not what they're going to test you on. This is a biggie. A lot of people that are working currently in the field as billers or coders, but they're working towards certification, sometimes have to take twice to take the exam because their knowledge of the billing they think is correct coding, and it's not, and it messes them up. So we'll have brand new people. I've had people that were hairdressers and wanted to get in the field, and they ace it. I mean, they get like an 89. It's amazing. But it's because they were not affected by billing knowledge. So if you have that, really think when you're looking at the questions, what principle are they testing me on? What guideline are they making sure I understand in the CPT or ICD manual? Confidence is really important. That's going to come from doing the practice exams and from having gone over these tips. You're going to feel so different about your manual if you haven't bubbled and highlighted it yet. By the time you get to the end, you're really going to I joke about it, but you're going to be one with your manuals. You know, they're not going to feel like this cold thing that you're trying to learn. You're going to feel like, I can do this. I'm resourceful. I know how to get to the codes. I know how to do process elimination. And process elimination isn't just for board exams. It's for real-world coding. Time management is another one. This is really tough for people because you get a board exam in front of you and you're nervous, so you want to feel successful. So you do that first question, you're taking your time, and you're just going along, and you feel as long as you're getting each question correct, you're going to pass this thing. And really, what we need to do is skip the harder questions, what's hard to us, and get to the easy ones and get those answered correctly, so that we have 45 we can miss, but we've gotten our threshold. And I cannot tell you how many people get like a 68 on this thing. So they miss it like by 1